Hello and welcome back. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. 2 minutes ago, I just completed a video on Island Adventures showcasing how to play it and how to actually get into the game and load in for the first time. But some interesting news that you might want to know about, which I thought would be pretty cool to showcase on YouTube, because it's been something that has been behind the works for a while now. You may or may not know about it. I have no idea. So, the creators of Island Adventures last year have officially completed Shipwrecked, or bringing over Shipwrecked to DST. That's right. You can go on the Steam Workshop, you can download the mod, and you're all set and ready to go. Upon completion, I went into their Discord and I congratulated them on it, and I said, you know what would be amazing is if Hamlet actually was part of this. So, for example, instead of Island Adventures, you now have Hamlet Adventures. And they said, don't worry, we are already working on that. Yes, Hamlet is about to come to Don't Starve Together, whether it be in a mod form or not. Let's talk about why this is so amazing. There are other mods that include Hamlet for Don't Starve Together, but unfortunately, I find that they crash a little bit too much. Recently, I tried to play it and the mod, not Island Adventures, other mods, and unfortunately, it didn't work out very well, and our game kept crashing, and every time I had more than one player play with me, the world would generate weird, and it just wasn't proper. So for me, I just said, you know what, I can't ask for much because, of course, it's free. So, and it's always good to see those other mods attempting to do some cool stuff. But it's insane to hear that the creators of Island Adventures is working really hard to complete Hamlet for Don't Starve Together. So what this means is that, yes, we will have the full Hamlet game in Don't Starve Together by literally clicking a mod. Now, why this is awesome? Because the creators of Island Adventures have worked really hard and been very tedious down to the detail to make sure that they've migrated everything exactly the same from Shipwrecked over to Island Adventures. So it's as if you're basically playing Don't Starve single player, multiplayer. So they really haven't, all they've done is been very meticulous in making sure that everything that they bring over functions properly and doesn't crash and all that other stuff. So yeah. Now they are actually working on this with Hamlet, and while this is going on, there's lots of cool stuff happening in Don't Starve now. As we know, the game is getting fully updated continuously now as multiple quality of life gets pushed out. They're doing the same thing with Shipwreck. They're taking all those little things and changes and now migrating them into Island Adventures. So the fact that they're doing that for Hamlet is pretty awesome. I just got a little bit of information right now from some of the developers. They did mention that not to get too hasty, as they don't expect this to be a thing until summer. So meaning that they are working on it right now, but what they want to do is get all the developers together and working on it 100%. But as Shipwrecked is consistently getting updated right now, especially from Clay, they are still focusing on Island Adventures just a smidge, but they have a lot of people working on Hamlet at the moment. So this is still pretty sweet, and it's also new, but just get out there and get ready, because it could be at the end of this year, I'm hoping. And if it is, that's going to be pretty amazing. Last time I played Hamlet together, like I mentioned, it wasn't that bug-free, so it was hard to really enjoy it a lot of times. But the fact that they might be bringing this to us completely bug-free is pretty amazing. So let's stay tuned for, I'm thinking hopefully near the end of the year for some updates, but regardless, it's in the works, which is pretty awesome. Now you might be sitting there saying, okay, it's a mod. How are you getting excited about a mod? It's a mod. Clay's not doing it. But regardless, this group of developers do such a great job at migrating the game over that it feels like you're playing the real game, because it really is. They're very particular with what they do for their mod. They make sure that it gets done correctly and to make sure that everything is thought about before they migrate it over. So it's essentially, if Clay were to really make us, an expansion for DST, which maybe they will in the future. I don't think they will, because they've already mentioned that they have no inclination of ever doing a Shipwrecked expansion for Don't Starve Together, or a Hamlet expansion. Now, mind you that they could still add some generic stuff in from these games into DST. That's still possible. We see that all the time, because obviously there's some cool stuff out there for them to do it. But yeah, as of right now, the fact that we have a full-blown mod that has a lot of support behind it is pretty amazing. So go out there. If you haven't tried Island Adventures, feel free to do so. But stay tuned for some future videos on Hamlet. I'm going to try to see if I can get in with the devs and say, hey, when you have some updates, please let me know, because I would love to showcase them on YouTube so everyone can get a little bit of a head start on what to expect and kind of see what their progress is along the way. But yeah, that's it for me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.